What's up guys? Today I'll be talking about how changing your turning style can actually help with improving your times. So turning style is basically, for those of you who don't know, how fast, how slow, and the way you turn the cube. And what I used to think back then is I have good enough look ahead that I can turn fast. And that was actually wrong. And this was how I actually went from being sub 11 to sub 10 almost consistently every single solve. So back then I would look for my cross and then I'd look for my cross, then I'd spam the cube. I'd have some small pauses in between every single step. That's how I used to solve. Now I will go into how I solve now. Now I don't spam TPS as fast. I do spam TPS for last layer, but I don't spam it as fast. Like this is how I solve right now. Like this is just a slow, nice, controllable turning. Because what that does is it forces me to have really good look ahead. And it's really good for not only to just make sure your mind can see what's going on the cube, but it can also help with like recognizing what cases you have and reducing pauses. That's the key point in turning this fast. You don't get as many pauses when you're turning slower than your normal speed. So you might turn maybe at 70% than what you can turn. So for example, like if I do a T-pump, that's my fastest. But for me, when I'm solving, right, I only do like this speed. This is the speed I turn at. So I'm trying to help with efficiency and also look ahead, which are very important in cubing. So you don't really need to turn fast. So if I was to do like this, it's like I'm not turning fast much really. See, I'm not turning fast. So then it's really easy for me to look ahead and see what the next thing I need is to improve. So for example, if I like turning really fast, it just looks really choppy. Of course, on last layer, I'll spam TPS, but for F12, if I'm doing that, while you're solving, it won't feel like you're really doing anything wrong. But from the outside view, you are doing something wrong. You're pausing way too much, and that's what I was going through back for like 6 months until I realized it like a lot later. Like, because the problem that people are doing is that, okay, you'll sit down to solve and just practice. So you'll just keep going and going and going and going. Problem is, cubing and actually solving is just retaining what you already know. You're not learning anything new, you're not practicing anything new, you're just doing something you already do, you're just doing it over and over and over again. So it's not really you improving. You'll improve slowly, but you won't improve as fast as if you were doing other things. For example, what really helped me from becoming sub 11 to sub 10, and now even sub 9, and occasionally sub 8, is I just did a lot of slow solves. So I made sure there was no pauses, no nothing, just making sure it's at a consistent pace of turning. Just consistent. Doesn't have to be, don't even time those solves. Just get them to be fast enough so that you can still improve along the way. Of course, when you get to like last layer, you can spam TPS, but it's better just to be consistent throughout the whole solve, throughout the whole turn. Because what we're trying to do is we're trying to build up your speed and also your look ahead. So the first one, if you're like maybe sub 15, so sub 15 is where I think most people should start doing look ahead, not like sub 20, 30. I think sub 15 is the best place to start doing look ahead. So like you first inspect and you'll do your first pair, second pair, but all that. It's just about doing it with calmness and being able to do it like with a good look ahead, no pauses, nothing. The second part is that you want to also be very efficient with how you solve it. So this means you can look at how you solve a case, be like that way of solving it. If you don't, you can change it by just doing what you do, or if you see it like in your solve, just stop what you're about to do, which is like your habit, and then you can like fix it by just doing it a different way. For example, if you were when you got say, let's just do let's mess up the okay, that's good. So if you're a bit like slower, like sub 30, sub 20, you might be like doing this and then like that, and that's almost like that. It's not good. You have to it'll like help you to get better finger tricks. For example, like for this, people might do this when it's better to just do this. So like doing exercises like these will really help with your efficiency, and also how you turn and your look ahead. One problem I really experienced while doing this was that I would be solving and turning the cube and it would be quite slow, but I'd still get like better than my average times. And this is because your look ahead is doing better than what your normally what your normal pace and normal solves are doing. So you're not really going to be like solving the cube. You're looking at it, you're saying, oh, there's a pause there, there's a pause here, but you don't really realize it that much. While if you're turning slower, you have no pauses, and that's what gives you a faster solve. On average, I get lower by 1 second most of the time than if I was to use like a really fast turning, which is why turning slower and having good look ahead is really good for trying to get that sub 10 and sub 9. What I did for trying to do the sub 9 is that I'm getting it more now, but I'm getting like 9s and 8s right now, is I'm turning at a like a faster pace, but still being able to look ahead. So this, like around this speed, not like really fast where it's like really hard to see what's going on, but like just like around this speed, because for me I can still see what's going on. Okay, like if I'll do a solve like that, but I only do this for good scrambles, so if this isn't a good scramble, I won't do it. So like if I was to have this, I would like be able to just look ahead, see what's going on, and just like be able to take it bit by bit. So like don't think of the solve as a whole solve. Think of it as like a section by section. So for example, if you were to have a cube, right? This is a cube. It's a scrambled cube. So you were to think about it as first you're solving the cross, then you're solving the first pair. While you're solving the first pair, you're looking at the second pair. While you're solving the second pair, you're looking at the third pair. While you're looking at the third pair, you're looking at the fourth pair. Think of it as like steps that you are looking at throughout the whole solve. So like this would be 6th, and then this would be 7th. It's about like finding your flow in a solve, and like finding ways that you can improve and that you can get faster. And it's not like about how someone else can improve. It's about how you as a keeper can like get good habits and good consistency while you're solving. So I'd say don't turn at your max speed. What I did to help with this is I actually got a slow cube. So this is an MF3S2, and to really help me, I used this cube, and because this is so much slower, it forced me to slow down my turning slightly. And what that did was it helped me with look ahead and making sure I could see pieces. Then eventually, when I could get up to that speed, I went back to my GAN XS and used this cube because it was quite a nice cube and I really wanted to use this. So it's about like making sure that you can see what you're doing, and also that you don't just spam TPS because you think it's going to be good. You spam TPS when necessary, but you also conserve your turning so that you can look ahead better. That's about it. So see you guys next time. Peace.